Hi, I'm Jacob Hornberger, Libertarian candidate for president. With Bobby Kennedy Jr.'s entry into the presidential race, seeking the Democratic Party presidential nomination against incumbent Democratic President Joe Biden, one thing becomes perfectly clear. The assassination of President John F. Kennedy is now in play and will be a campaign issue in the 2024 presidential race. Just a few days ago, Kennedy Jr. did an interview in which he expressed his conviction that the CIA orchestrated the assassination of his uncle. This comes on the heels of the commentary by Tucker Carlson, the Fox News commentator, stating his conviction that the CIA was behind the assassination of President Kennedy. Just recently, Ron Paul, the 1988 presidential candidate for the Libertarian Party and the 2008 and 2012 candidate for the Republican presidential nomination, stated his conviction that the CIA was behind this. And those of you who are familiar with my work know that I have long held this position and long condemned the CIA and the Pentagon for this particular regime change operation, along with all the others that they've engaged in. I've written many books and I've given many lectures and speeches over the years on this particular subject. Where will the other presidential candidates come out on this particular issue? Well, silence is not an option, either by any presidential candidate in the major parties or in the third parties. Everybody's got to take a stand now. President Biden, in my opinion, he's owned lock, stock, and barrel by the national security establishment. He's not about to acknowledge this regime change operation, much less condemn it. He will hew to the official line. And then, of course, there are the Republican candidates, Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, Vivek Ramaswamy. In my opinion, they're much too timid. They're going to take the official line. They're much too scared of being labeled a conspiracy theorist, which is the label the CIA advised the mainstream press to use to discourage people from focusing in on the CIA's regime change operation in November '63. Donald Trump's a little bit different. He does decry the deep state, but if he were going to condemn the CIA for what it did and the Pentagon for what it did in November '63, he would have done so a long time ago. And make no mistake about it, if he's reelected, he will go back into the White House, surround himself with all those generals and warmongers, and then go over to CIA headquarters and once again bend the knee, kiss the ring, and pledge loyalty and fealty to this evil agency. The worst mistake America ever made was to convert the federal government from our founding governmental system of a limited government republic, which worked for more than 100 years, 150 years, and convert it to a national security state, which is a totalitarian form of governmental structure. We need to condemn this structure, not only for the regime change operation it carried out in November '63 in Dallas, but also for all the other regime change operations, including through assassination, that it is carried out against foreign regimes. We need to restore our limited government republic and bring an end to this evil structure known as a national security state. I'm Jacob Hornberger, Libertarian candidate for president. My campaign website is jacobforliberty.com.